Welcome to Drupal's video tutorials. In today's video, we're going to teach you how to create, modify and delete items. Let's get started. Now, in order to access this functionality, we can do it from different parts of the system, to put in words. If we go to the upper taskbar, to this tool, to the modules tool, we choose stock management and we go into item master data. Or we can go to this bar on your left, again stock management, item master data, or type it in the lookup menus. This window will open, in which we will be able to work on our items. Now, if we want to create a new item, we go to this plus icon here. It reads Add, and we click on it, and it will enable us to fill in these fields. Now we start completing the information. Item number, we can choose a code. Usually the users at other companies have their own codification. We'll use a random one for this example. We'll use 1, 2, 3 item. Description, test item. Test video. A foreign name is not compulsory. We can choose if it's an item, label, travel, the item type. We can choose a group, which group will this item belong to. Again, we can define a new group as well. We'll leave it on items for this example. Unit of measure group, how is this item going to be measured? Whether it will be by units, by dozens, or any other measure that the user or the company needs. And the price list will use the last purchase price. Now, because we create a new item, we won't have the last purchase price data recorded. Once you create a purchase order and do the whole purchasing process, which it's explained in one of our other videos. Once you do that process, then you will have that last purchase price. So the first time you order this item, you purchase this item, you will have to type in manually the cost of the item that the supplier is giving you. So that's this first part of the upper window. Then we have manufacturer. Who's the manufacturer? Shipping type, whether it's by air, ocean, different options. And again, we can activate or inactivate this item, or give it an activation or deactivation time range. Now, I'll explain these two tabs, purchasing and sales data. I'll explain it at the same time because they're kind of related. So in the purchasing data, we can, of course, add a preferred supplier, which this information is not compulsory. What most importantly, we can add the purchasing unit of measure name, right, and the items per purchase unit, as well as the packaging information. So this, let's call it unit of measure test. Right, and items per purchase unit, we'll leave it on 1. And then the packaging information, Quantity per package, we'll do it by dozen. So by completing this information, this means that if we can buy this item to the supplier per item or per dozen, but then on the sales data, we'll have to choose again what will the unit of measure be when we sell this same product. So again, we'll call it if we're going to sell this item per unit, then we'll choose 1. But again, if we're going to sell this item per package, we have to select the quantity per package. Now, it makes sense that if we're purchasing these items per dozen, that we resell it per dozen again. So we'll give it a name. And then quantity per package, we'll select 12 again. Stock data. This tab basically contains information regarding the warehouses. The most important functionality here is on this matrix on the middle part of the window, where you have in this column the warehouse code, the warehouse name, and the branch. And you can see this column here, which reads locked, has boxes, these boxes, which if you check them, it will mean that this warehouse won't be able to stock this particular item. If it's unchecked, then it means this warehouse will be enabled to stock this item. Plan data, you'll be able to complete with information regarding the planning method, the most common one, MRP. However, we'll leave it to none for this example. Production data indicates your company manufactures this item. If the company is simply a retailer, for example, then the production data won't be that important really. Properties, you can choose a group to which this item will belong to. Any further remarks and attachments, you'll basically be able to attach further documents, like, for example, Excel documents. Once this information is completed, we'll activate it, we'll hit add. And there we go, we created our first item. Now, if you want to modify or edit information regarding one of the items, we go to these binoculars icon here, click on find, and we can navigate through our items. Now, these arrows on the upper taskbar, these on the ends will take us to the first and last data record respectively, or we have the option of navigating through our items one by one. We'll type in the item's name. Right, so this is the item we created, and you can see there's this OK blue button here. Notice it will change once we modify certain information here. So for instance, if we change the shipping type from air to ocean, we hit on update, and that's it. That's the item modify. Of course, you can modify any information you want, really. And lastly, if you want to delete the item, do bear in mind that no transactions must have been made regarding the item. So, for example, if we've already made, for example, a purchase of this item in the purchasing process, then the system will already have registered a transaction regarding the item, so we won't be able to delete it. But for this example, we still haven't done any transactions related to the item, so we will be able to delete it. So basically, it's quite simple. Right-click on the upper part of the window and click on Remove. Once you remove the item, this action cannot be reversed. We click OK, and there we go. Operation completed successfully. That was all for today. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you on Drupal's next video tutorial. Goodbye.